Well, good evening and welcome along to V8 Supercars from SBR Sim Racing, and that's the legendary Bathurst circuit is where this championship will be decided, and the final rounds on an epic first season brought to you by Ashley Ashley Sharp making this series, the admin of the group, and a great idea, responsible for all the liveries that you'll see as well. So we'll quickly go through some of the drivers, and we'll get to the championship standings as well if we can before qualifying starts. But we're expecting some good racing around this legendary track, the spiritual home of V8 Supercars, as it were. So a great place to end it all. And well, that's Liam McEwen, car number 41, and he's definitely with a shout for the championship. He's currently well, he's dead level in the series actually with Lewis Edwards, so a proper showdown as long as Lewis does make it tonight. So that's it, Liam in the Scandia, I think it's called. Get it right, yep, Scandia car. And a real chance of the championship, having won the GT3 championship on Tuesday. Liam looking for a double. Here's Rob Scholler. He's a bit of a last minute entry in the number 14 car that he normally has to wrestle for with Sean Cole for the number 14 plate, but Sean not here tonight, so he can have that by himself in the Bottle car, and that's the Mustang, as is Liam's, and that's the slightly trickier car to drive but slightly faster down the straight. We'll get to the other car pretty shortly. Then we've got Adam Piper, and no doubt he's number 99, and let's see, yep, Adam Piper, he's in the first of the Mazdas then. The Mazda in the, well, it's taking the place of the Holden that's not in the game, so that's as close as we can get, and it's pretty good looky-likey. So Adam again, just I think a bit of a standing driver, but he'll be looking for a good result tonight. Then we move on to Brian Ross, an admin at SBR, a new admin as well, and doing a fine job he is too. And he is also in the Mazda, the Irwin car, they're a tool company. And he's number 62, which is his normal race number. And Brian again, be looking for a strong result. Yeah, nicely liveried Irwin Mazda there. And then we've got Hoppers. And he's in the Freightliner Mazda. And well, I don't know much about Hoppers, but I know he's been racing in other series. And again, I think he'll. Number 89, another good looking car, as all of these are. Ashley, well, if he isn't one of the best GT Sport livery designers, then someone show me someone better. But currently Hopper's 14 seconds off the pace, so he's going to need to find a little bit more. He wants to be competitive in the race, so we'll keep an eye on him. Then we've got, I think it's Chris Brookie, number 23 in the Red Bull Mazda. And yeah, that's always a fan favourite. I know Jordan Hardin, the normal commentator, loves that livery. And a flash of lights there for Chris Brooks, so you might be watching. Good evening to you, mate. In the pit lane is the well, the admin for the series, Ashley Sharp, and he's in the Shell Mustang. Pretty awesome livery, and one that's dominating V8 Supercars at the moment in real life. So let's hope Ash can replicate Scott McLaughlin. Leaves the pits now. That's car number 84. Good looking car, I'm sure you agree. Then we've got Nicholas O'Grady. Hope I've said your name right. And in the Milwaukee, another Mustang. And again, another great livery. And I think Nicholas doing quite well in this series. We'll come to that soon. So that's another car. We're expecting 14 drivers tonight, so not quite full at the moment, but there is 10 minutes to go until we expect qualifying to start, which is 8 minutes. So this is Alex Austin. Why is Adam going the wrong way down the pit straight? Oh, that's just, maybe he's lost. Anyway, that's Alex Austin. He's in the DeWalt Mazda. Alex, good driver, well liked in SBR. Always up for a race, always in a lot of series it seems. Saw him in the MX5 Cup on Friday, which is a great series run by Coleman. If you want to get involved in any of the Friday series, just drop us a line on SBR. And if you could, just like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that bell so you get the notifications for all the races that we do. We do GT3, the odd endurance race with the likes of Jake Hill, the touring car driver. I must say commiserations to Jake Hill after a pretty difficult day in the British touring cars, and quite hard to watch that, to be honest with you. after all the effort that him and his team have put in over the winter, spring and summer as it's been. And to get no points is pretty devastating. A couple engine problems, I was told, so not great for him. But anyway, back to the reason why we're here. And Liam's done a 2-minute .8, so Liam is joint championship leader, I believe. So I searched for the championship standings, so I will bring them up shortly. Yep, Liam joint championship leader with Lewis Edwards on 191. Alex Austin still got a chance because it's double points tonight, so it would be 50 points for the winner, and he's on 176. Luke Clifford is on 164, and he's in third. Then Victor Stamanov, 162. He's just arrived in the session apparently. So he's only, well, 29 points off. Chris Brook, well, a very, very outside chance of the championship, but you never know, as we saw in GT3 on Tuesday. And then we've got Ash, he's in 6th place. And then Nicholas Cook, so Ash, sorry, he's on 116. Nicholas Cook, 102. Leon Welsh, not Walsh, Sean. Don't get it wrong, for Christ's sake. 94. Mark Thompson, 78. Brian Ross, as we saw earlier, 60. Liam Flynn, 50. Tom Usher, or Usher like the rapper, 39 points. Andy Hoppers, 36. Michael Watts, 16. And well, like I said, there's a few guys that are just here for the one race. So we've got Rob there, who's just in a practice start. Adam Piper. I think Chris Brooks up there in the championship. Dean Milden, my brother, I'm sad to say, in the tight bugger. Oh no, sorry, super cheap auto car. I'm not saying he's tight at all with his money, but there we go. Super cheap auto Mustang there, number 22, I would have presumed, because that's his normal racing number. Dean, bit of a break from racing as he moved house and had other issues with internet and landlords. Won't go into it, but great to see Dean racing tonight and getting his toe back in the water of racing. Probably one of the most difficult series to jump back into, but if you're going to do it, you might as well do it hardcore. Anyone else we haven't covered yet? With Stan Bingo, that he's in another Mustang, and it's the Pepsi Max car, one of my personal favourites. And Victor, well up there in the championship, fair chance of it. 162 points, so he's just 29 behind, as we already mentioned, I believe. And with 50 for a win, if there's issues, he can get him sway. He can creep back into this championship. And remember that the first race is going to be a grid start, I believe. Yep, so we have a 2 12-lap races tonight. There's an 8-minute qualifying coming up very shortly, in the next 5 to 7 minutes or so. And it's a grid start for race 1. Then we have a rolling reverse grid start for the next race 2. So whatever the finishing order is, it's totally reversed. And that will be at night. So that will be interesting for me to try and pick out the drivers. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do what you see Sean, Jordan, Bob do, which is bring up like the drivers' helmets and get rid of the names above the car, unfortunately, because I don't have a keyboard. So quality of the stream won't be up to its usual standards, but I'll do my best with what we've got. And any questions, just post them in and we'll try and get back to you on it. So anything you want to know about SBR or the series, then sure, just post it in the live chat, and we'll have a good time, I guess. Just tell me which is your favourite livery. It'd be a good start, I suppose, just to get things kicked off. But we've got 11 drivers, expecting 3 more, and then we can get qualifying kicked off in what's going to be a very, very tense last round to the series. And well, let's see what's in the chat so far. So we've got good luck guys from Coleman, that's nice of him. Hi to Bartos, I hope I said that right. If I haven't, you can just call me names in the chat, that's fine. But hi to you, mate. And we've got Sean saying can't beat the double point system, SBR special. Well, yeah, you're right. And reverse grid as well, that always adds to the occasion. And we've got Liam McEwen saying call Adam mean names. Well, I've got more mean names for Liam than I have for Adam, so that's kind of hard. But I'll try and fit some in where I can without swearing. And also, what leagues do we have currently running in SBR? We've sort of already covered that earlier, but we've got GT3 on a Tuesday, which should be back soon. It's just taking a week's break as the new season starts, with Liam McEwen running that series. On Monday, well actually tomorrow then, we've got the Assetto Corsa Championship on the older game, which is the Porsche Cup, run by Sean Cool. And then, let's try to think through the week, but it's got so much going on. Fridays is the big night for SBR, which is the SBR, as we call it, package, which is the British Touring Car Championship. We've got the Renault Megans, hosted by Brian Ross, who you are going to look at now. And then we have the MX5 Cup at the same time, and that's hosted by Coleman Corkery. That's all a new series, a couple new admins, and what a stunning job they did in the last week under a lot of pressure, but they managed to get everything sorted. Hooper's saying looking forward to Bathurst. This track, hopefully the Freightliner car gets better, or hopefully you can Freichtline through everyone and win the race, mate. That's what I'm sure you're hoping for. And yep, we'll start qualifying fairly soon. Well, it'll be interesting to see who you think will win. I've got to say, Liam, judging by that lap time, that's a stunning lap, so we'll see. Brian and Dean running around together. They were teammates, I remember, in GT3 or GR3 at some point. Might have been season 7, and they were both running a Mazda actually that season as well, so that's quite interesting. But Dean got the upper hand that season. I'm sure Brian's going to look for some revenge tonight. Brian, an ever-improving driver. Still a bit of work to do, but he knows that, and is in good company, so he can learn off these guys. Yeah. I guess they're exchanging phone numbers and policy numbers. That looks like it's been an accident. So, not long until qualifying starts. Yet again, I'll mention it. It's an 8-minute qualifying. 2-minute 2 from Victor. A little bit off as well. Rob's done a 2-minute 1.9. If my voice is a little bit croaky, then I do apologise, because got a bit excited after Arsenal won the FA Cup last night, and I think I drank my body weight in alcohol. I've just about recovered in time for this, so Alex Austin, always a good driver, always pretty reliable and fast. And well, no surprise to see him third in the championship. So I'm not sure if Lewis is going to make it tonight. I've checked that, to be honest. I'll just double check the race entry and see if I can see his name on the list. Nope, so maybe he left the series, so I think someone can possibly post that in the chat and tell me. Sean saying he knew I'd mentioned the football. I have to get it in there because Arsenal don't normally win, so if I ever get the chance to do it, I've got to take it. And yeah, winning a trophy is something that Sean's not used to it supporting Manchester United, unfortunately. But well, we've still got Rob down the escape road, so just trying to reset his sat nav or something, I would have thought. I've noticed he's got some comfort on the bonnet, so maybe he's just tried out some of the sponsors' products. But Stan Bingo looking pretty consistent, not the fastest, but pretty consistent. 202.1, 202.3. So they're all on the soft tyres, by the way, I should mention. And apologies. They don't have to change tyres, it's lights to flag. They're not expecting pit stops, so it's just a balls to the wall and go for it, basically. And sometimes that can bring out the best in the racing. So yeah, I don't really know what happened to Lewis. I think I remember him leaving the series and Liam entering it, so that's probably why they're tied on points. But so if that is the case, which I believe to be, it would be Liam on 191, Alex second with 176, then Luke Clifford. So we'll see who turns up, and then we can figure out what sort of championship battle we could have tonight. So Liam obviously in the pound seats if that's the case. I'm sure someone watching will tell me. Feed that information to you. 8 viewers at the moment, so thanks very much for that. Like I say, if you'd like to see more of our content, then obviously hit the like button, subscribe, and press the bell, and you'll get all the up-to-date action from SBR. This ever-growing group, SBR Sim Racing. You'll find us on Facebook mostly. We have an Instagram account and obviously this YouTube channel, so yeah, qualifying likely to start anytime soon, so should have a few more drivers literally coming in at the last minute, I would think. So I'll take a break until qualifying starts and we'll come back, and any drivers that join I'll cover them for you and just let you know who they are and what they're driving and their position in the championship. So just enjoy the cars going around for a moment and I'll be back. Host Ashley there just saying there's a couple minutes to go, just waiting for maybe a couple drivers, and we've managed to catch Nicholas here on a fast lap. He's up in the first couple sectors. Shouldn't catch Chris Brook, I don't think, but let's see if we can go fastest and beat Liam's 2 minutes point 8. Well, that might have ruined it. Let's see as he crosses the line. Oh, he just nips him, 2 minutes point 5, so great lap from Nicholas there. Get ready for qualifying. That's good timing for him to find that pace, and that's going to give Liam some competition. I believe we're just waiting for a driver. I think it's Liam Flynn we're waiting for, and he's just arrived. There he is. So good evening to him. And Liam Flynn, we're expecting to be in a Castrol Mazda. Not sure on his car number, but we can just try and check that when the qualifying starts. So we're going to have 12 drivers, a couple short of what we thought, so obviously a couple of people not managing to let Ashley know they're not racing, which is annoying, but we'll carry on regardless. 12's a good amount for a race around Bathurst, maybe the right amount, who knows. So any minute now we'll get going. So you got to say Nicholas looking good, Liam's looking pretty fast. Who else? Rob Scholler doing pretty well for a debut. Just trying to find out any more lap times I can, but obviously we know Liam's quick. Adam will be there, I'm sure. Dean a few seconds off, that's to be expected really. Victor as well, pretty quick. And there we have Liam Flynn, the Castrol Edge Mazda. So now we're expecting any second now qualifying to start. Ash just making sure everyone's ready, which is a good thing to do. Just make sure no one's gone to the toilet for a comfort break or eating their tea or yeah. So up to 10 viewers now, that's great. So just saying, for those that have just joined, qualifying about to start any second, and in fact, there you go. It's like I knew. And so, just to recap on the championship, with Lewis Edwards missing, Liam McEwen's on 191 ahead of Alex Austin 176, Luke Clifford that doesn't seem to be here tonight, and then Victor Staminoff 162. So really it's between Liam, Alex and Victor for the championship, so we'll keep an eye on all that as cars leave the pit lane. Adam trying to get to the first car. It's Dean actually. Yep, it's Dean in the super cheap. Never has a livery ever suited a person before. A super cheap auto car. Fantastic. Never mind, Dean. Anyway, so Dean will lead us round for qualifying, and the guys will probably try and space out. So it's Dean, he's ahead of Rob as they head up the hill. Liam's positioned himself third on the road. Then we've got Victor in the Pepsi car, Chris Brook in the Red Bull Mazda, Adam Piper, he's in the Mega Oils Mazda. Milwaukee is the sponsor for Nicholas. The Freightliner car of Hooper's in the Mazda, just ahead of Alex Austin. He's also in a Mazda, the DeWalt car. They're quite similar actually. Irwin car for Brian Ross, another Mazda. Then we've got Ashley in the tricky Mustang Shell V-Power car. And then the late arrival Liam Flint. We'll just be trying to find his feet. Let's just see what car number he is. Sort of 14 as well, so we've got two 14s, so, well, sorry Rob, maybe you do have to fight for it. Interesting that these two are on the track together. Let's just say they were not quite the best of friends in British touring cars when they raced together. Hopefully they'll put that behind them, and we can have some great racing tonight. There's the car off in the background, and that's Victor. He's already crashed before he's even got to the start-finish straight there. Come on Victor, you've got to give us a championship challenge here. He's pulled in just in front of Liam, and well, Victor needs to be a bit more careful where he rejoins in car 11. And well, Liam, I feel that Victor could have rejoined the track a bit more safely, and so will Brian, I think, as he goes past him as well. And that might compromise Victor a little bit. But let's go back to Rob, who's going to lead us around. So head up the hill now towards the first sector. Tricky part of the track. You've got to keep it tight to the wall here, and brake and steer, and try and stop the back end coming around. Hold it tight. And up the hill you travel, kissing the walls as you go. A little bit of curve on the inside, always drags the car in. Just missed that wall, and let the car drift out, but not too much because you don't want to clip the grass or hit the barrier. A bit of curve there. Rub the wall if you can there. Across the top of the mountain. Scarily fast through here. Now you pick a braking point downhill. Try to stick to it, not take too much curve because it unsettles the car. Hold it in tight again. Nice and neat through here. There's no real time to be gained, only lost. And a little clip of the wall there from Rob, but this is quite a tidy lap so far. Now down in this another tricky corner, trying to keep the front end in, trying to stop the back coming around. Now absolutely fly down the straight. Long straight, Conrad straight. And let's see how fast he gets up to down here. 170 so far. Might nudge 170, 180 miles an hour maybe. Nope, 175. But Rob looking like he's on a tidy lap. Only that little scrape on the wall, and he's definitely pulled clear of Dean. So into the last corner for Rob. See what he's going to set the benchmark for everyone else to follow. Nice and tidy again. Good lap from Rob. Nice and tidy. And across the line he comes with a 2-minute 1.8. Let's see what Dean does. 2 minutes 4.7. Nicholas 2 minutes 1.1. Great lap. And the rest come through. Liam's up to second, only a tenth off. Alex Austin as well. Great lap from him. 2 minutes 1.4. Rob's down to 15, down to 6th. Adam looks like he was held up in his 7th. Victor's come through somehow and got up to 3rd. We think his lap might have been compromised, so fair effort. Victor's definitely got some speed. We can just keep it on the road. after the opening laps. Just waiting for one more to finish his lap, but Nicholas leads it then from Liam. And Victor in third. So a few mic issues there, which is not ideal. But yeah, Alex Austin fourth. Rob is in fifth, which is, like we said, that looked like a pretty tidy lap for him. Sixth for Dean. Seventh is Adam. 8th Chris Brook, 9th Ashley as he comes across the top of the hill, 10th for Liam Flynn, which is a good effort considering he just joined in late, but actually he's 14 seconds off the pace, so obviously he had issues, as did Brian Ross and Hoopers. So can Nicholas go faster? He's walked past Dean this lap. So I'm hoping my mic's still working. Decided to turn itself off for reasons that aren't clear to me, but anyway, across the line, waiting to see if there's any more improvements. Nicholas doesn't. What about Liam? Looks like he's on a bit of a slow down lap, to be honest. Yep. Only a minute and a half to go in a great lap by Victor. Takes him to the pole position, 2 minutes 1.145, and he looked like he dragged Adam around. And yeah, Adam only 69 thousandths off pole, and that's only good enough for third. So the top four covered by less than 2 tenths at the moment, and a further only tenth, or less than 3 tenths covering the top 5. Alex Austin in 5th. Brian improves as well. That puts him up into 10th place and a little bit closer to the leaders. Dean 9th as he drifts the Mustang into the wall there. Again, this would be tricky for him because he's just coming back to racing. But Victor with a stunning lap. Adam's still trying to hang on to him. Knows that Victor's pretty quick tonight. 2 thousandths he is ahead of Nicholas, and well, Nicholas now absolutely storming down the hill, 0.7 up on the best lap yet. And we did see him do a 2 minutes 0.5 in practice, so can he replicate that? This will be his last lap. 20 seconds left in this session. Let's see if we can find a split for Victor. And Adam looks like he's hanging on pretty well, and he'll get the brilliant slipstream down the hill. Where's Liam at this point? Liam's a little bit further behind, so let's see if we can get a split from Victor. Just about to come through it now. I think 3 tenths down, unfortunately for him. So let's see what Nicholas can do. Can he take it to pole position? Into the last corner, must be neat, goes in a bit hot, back end comes around, just about keeps it on the island. A slight improvement for Rob as well, 2 minutes 1.1, but across the line 1:59.9, take that, no one's beaten that I'm afraid. Victor's going to have a go, but he's not going to get close, and I think Liam's possibly the only person that could get near it. Liam improves 5 tenths to go second place, 8 tenths off Nicholas. Nicholas absolutely nailed that lap, and it looked like it too, didn't it? Absolutely drifting through the final corner. Ash's lap looks like it's gone away. Here comes Brian, he's got a penalty, so that lap won't count. So we're just waiting on Liam Flynn then before we get our qualifying results. But as soon as Nicholas did that lap, you kind of guessed that he wouldn't be beaten. Liam Flynn here has got a chance of beating Brian, I think, if he can hold it all together. About 4.5, nearly 5 seconds up on his best lap, which is about the difference it is to Brian. And then we've got Hoopers at the back, unfortunately for him. Maybe didn't get a clean lap, but he'll start very much at the back. As we wait now for Liam to cross the line, and he does beat Brian by 6 tenths, so wow. Found a lot in the last sector, but it's Nicholas on pole from Liam, and then Victor. As we head straight into the race, because they're a 12-lap race, and There's the grid. There's Nicholas, Liam, Victor, Rob, Adam, Alex, Chris, Ashley, Dean, Liam, Brian and Hoppers at the back. So we're getting ready for the start. Liam somehow on pole, which is strange because we didn't see him go to pole. I won't ask. Bit of a problem there with the game, I would have thought. But there's a jump start there, and that was Rob, but he's redressed it. And he's got going at last as we head into the first corner. And who's it going to be? It's going to be Nicholas. Liam tries to go around the outside. Victor's spun Liam round. The championship leader's been spun by Victor into the wall, and that's going to put him down to last place. And there's a few other cars. Ashley's in trouble, and Alex Austin as well, and he was one of the fast guys. And Brian comes through, and well, Ash is letting Brian back through, so maybe that's the issue. Maybe Ashley's to blame for that one. But the championship leader Liam already down and out into like 9th, 10th place. We'll go and check that, but we just need to see how the leaders get on. Nicholas leads. Victor, well, the aggressor, looked like he just spun Liam round, and without the possibility of a replay, there's not a lot I can do about that. And Victor second, Adam up to third, Dean's fourth, so that shows he's come flying through. And this is going to blow the championship wide open. 5th, Rob. 6th is Liam, and then we've got Chris Brook. And where is Liam? And he's behind Hoppers. I hope I'm saying that right. Hoppers into the wall, Liam avoids him and goes up into 8th place. And then Alex Austin, Brian, Ross and Ashley at the back. But Nicholas already with a good little gap as they head down towards Conrad Straight. Car number 2 leads. Victor, well, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. We weren't on board with him or anything like that, but it did look like he just turned Liam round. And well, Liam won't be best pleased with that. And they head down Conrad Straight. Adam in 3rd place, but these 3 already getting away. Dean's going to lose out to Rob by the looks of it. Rob Scholler as they go through the end of the straight. Braking. Dean's trying to go back down the inside, and these 2 have contact again. Dean retakes the place, but he doesn't give the place back. 6th is Chris Brook, and Liam Flynn's all over him, so Liam's really grown into this race. And Liam McEwen is got a 1.5 second penalty which he needs to get rid of. And 8th in the race, leading the championship. Remember, Alex is coming back as well, 9th, as Ash has moved up a couple places and up into 10th place. Brian Ross and Hoppers. But it is Nick who's just starting to stretch away pretty quickly now. 2 seconds already. He's only done 1.5 laps, so that shows you his pace advantage. Victor definitely edging away from Adam, so a bit strung out up front. Dean in 4th, but a bit controversial there with a bit of a collision with Rob. Looked like they were side by side, but we didn't get a good angle of it. Rob though catching up pretty quickly, and I would say he will eventually get Dean. But Chris Brook holding on well. Liam Flynn doing the same, but they're going to be caught by Liam, who really needs the points. And well, I mean, the only thing you can say for Liam is he'd be pretty pleased that Alex Austin also got caught up, and that Alex is his closest competitor in the championship, and he's behind him. So this could play into Victor's hands if Victor can get forward in this race. We've got a yellow flag. What's happened there? Ooh, nice drift there from Chris Brook. And it's Dean and Rob at it again. Dean just about holds on to the place. And now Rob's turned it round. Rob and Dean, it's just, don't know why, they just can't seem to stay away from each other on track, and it's happened again. And that's going to put Dean right to the back of the grid there. He's 9th now, and he's just in front of Brian and Ashley. And Hopper's dropping back all the time, unfortunately. But it is Victor leading, and well, Victor leads now, so there's been a mistake there from Nicholas. I've missed it. Apologies to everyone, but I've missed it, and he's obviously made a mistake coming down the hill, gone off on the grass. But now Victor, this is great news for him. As long as he gets away with that contact at turn 1, this is going to really pull the championship closer together. And Nicholas, he looked like he had this race in the bag. He only had to stand up to win. He was pulling away easily, and I'm sure he can get back at Victor, but a mistake there. Like I say, it's probably at the end of the straight and just run on. And Adam holding on well in 3rd. Meanwhile, in fourth already, Liam's coming through. Still got that penalty to serve though, and he's setting fastest sectors, and he's set fastest lap, 2 minute 1.3. As he goes down the inside of Rob, who's a dispatched team, let's say. They've sorted out their argument. And then behind Rob, Liam Flynn doing a good job just staying out of trouble, collecting points in sixth. Alex Austin trying his best to get back into this race. He needs to catch Liam, and when he saw Liam spinning, I bet he thought he had a real opportunity, but unfortunately he seemed to get caught up in something as well. But he's past Chris Brook, and he'll look to go after... he'll look to go after Liam Flynn. These two battle. Let's go back to the lead though and see what's happening. And well, Victor's been caught immediately by Nicholas, so Nicholas will be angry with himself for that mistake, whatever it was. We didn't see it, too busy watching Dean and Rob have fun, which happened here a lap ago. But now Victor could be in trouble. Both in Mustang, so fairly equal performance, but the slipstream will tell. And Nicholas has pulled out pretty early, so he must be confident he's going to get the run down the hill. Does, he swoops around the outside, and then we could just close it off down the inside, and he's done it. Great bit of driving by Nicholas, as long as he can get it stopped, and I'm not sure he did. He didn't, and we can see the tyre marks. I wonder if he did that the last lap through. You can see the tyre marks across the grass, and this time he's done it again, and he just needs to cool down, Nicholas, and he knows he's got the pace. He's still got plenty of laps. He just needs to cool his head a little bit, and he can win this race. He seems to have a pretty good pace advantage over the rest of the field, but if he keeps making those mistakes, he's definitely not going to win this race. So down to third for him, so he just little talk to himself, regroup, and then I'm sure he can pass Adam and go after Victor again. Liam still setting fastest laps, 2 minutes 1.0. Still has that penalty which he needs to sort of... it's hoppers, not hoopers, I must say. Sorry, I'm very sorry. It's hoppers. I knew I'd get something wrong. Sorry, Mr. Hoppers. But yes. Back to the racing. Liam fourth, Rob fifth. Rob holding on pretty well, doing 2 minutes 2s. Alex doesn't seem to be able to drop Liam Flynn. I know he has passed Liam Flynn, sorry, because he did pass. He passed Chris Brook the lap before. So Alex on the charge, but quite a way away from Liam at the moment. He's about 7 seconds behind Liam, and he needs to beat him, especially as this is double points. And already Nicholas passed Adam. And now again he's going to work over Victor and see what he can do. As they head down the hill. Here we go again. So this is an action replay of a lap ago. It just shows the pace advantage that Nicholas has got. He can pull that back in one lap past 2 cars, and he's just gone storming down there straight and straight past him. It's like he's got an extra 10 horsepower, and he storms past Victor. Victor won't take that line down, but I don't think there's a lot he can do about it if Nicholas can actually get his braking right now, and he's done it. And well, hopefully he's learnt his lessons, and that'll probably be the last they see of him, unless they can hold on in the slipstream. But Nicholas does seem to just have the advantage of driving like that. He's really gonna be lucky to stay on the track. Adam meanwhile up the inside. Victor got a good run. Will he see it through at Hell Corner? He's thinking about it. No, Victor's closed him off and holds on to second place, which is vital for Victor to get back in this championship. And even into Jordan Hogan, who's just joined the chat. Nice to see you, Jordan, after your British Touring Car win on Friday night, which came as much of a shock to him as anyone else. But a great drive he did that night. Driving the day. Back to this action. Nicholas though drifting, looks definitely the most untidy of the three drivers, but it's working for him in terms of lap time, but not quite consistency as we've seen. Victor obviously is under a bit of a cloud because of the contact with Liam, and Adam just sit there, the only Mazda in this group, keeping a watching brief and just seeing if anything does happen to him. Thanks for asking how I am, Jordan. I'm pretty good. A little bit hungover from the Arsenal game yesterday, but I'm just about keeping my voice and enjoying this stunning action as Nicholas just starts to pull away. He's very quick over the top and down through these dippers, and you can just see he's just pulling a slight gap, 7 tenths now. slipstream works up to about 1.2 seconds, we believe. So Victor very much still in the slipstream, and just see a bit how powerful it is down this back straight. We'll go back and look at a few other cars. See, he's closing in 0.6 at the moment, but not quickly enough. Adam just dropping back a bit in that sector. Liam still closing in 2 minutes 1.0. Nicholas setting the fastest lap last time through as he passed 2 cars as well on 2 minutes 0.9. So pretty interesting, pretty impressive stuff from Nicholas. He just got such a pace advantage tonight. And then there's Rob Scholler doing a great job in 5th place, despite the issues with Dean. And Alex Austin in 6th, desperately trying to get back into this race. He'll be happy with 6th after spinning, but he needs really to beat Liam, and he's not looking like doing that at the moment. And there's Chris Brooks 7th. Liam Flynn in 8th in the Castrol car. There's a good battle here between Dean and Ash, both at Mustangs, the super cheap car, and the Shell V-Power car of Ashley Sharp, the man responsible for this series. And what a great series it's been, this being the last round though. Here comes Ash then. Can he do anything about Dean up the hill? He's closing all the time. What will Dean do? Will he take the inside? Will he sit at the middle of the road, which makes it very hard to overtake on his front straight? And Ash thinking about the inside, he goes for it, and he takes position. Dean gives him room, and that's the right thing to do. Great bit of driving between the two of them, and it's Hoppers, not Hoopers, in 12th. But Nicholas now setting a 2 minutes 0.3, and very much starting to run away with this race at the halfway point, 1.9 seconds. So he's just so fast across the top there. And Victor himself is very quick, 2 minute 0.8, and he's pulling away from Adam, who's no slouch. Adam, a race winner in various series as well, GT3 and touring cars, I believe. But he's definitely being caught by Liam, and Liam about a second and a bit per lap quicker than Adam, and probably the only one that could take it to Nicholas out front. But fortunately, with that spin, courtesy of Victor, we believe. It did look like Victor's fault, but I'm not going to blame anyone until I know 100%. Liam still with his 1.4 penalty, which he can't seem to quite shake in the Scandia car. And get back to Rob, who's got a good gap to Alex Austin. Alex closing, but not very quickly. A couple attempts that last time through. Just check the lap times again as they cross the line. 2 minute 1.9, so Rob's just very consistent. 2 minute 1.3, so that's much more like it. That will help. 6 attempts that lap, so if Alex can do that, he might get there by the end. And a pretty big gap then of 8 seconds plus back to Chris Brook, who's 24 off the lead. And it looks like he's being caught by Liam Flynn, and he is, half a second a lap. Ash, well, now he's free of Dean, is pulling away from Dean. 2 minutes 3.4, so he's quicker than Liam. Oh, hold on to it, Ash. Proper drift there, I think he's in the wrong series. Dean again just finding his feet in the series, but he's well clear of Brian. Here is Brian. A few, and all he's sideways as well. And it's Hoppers. And he's a fair way back at the moment. Bathurst not the easiest track, so still doing a good job, just hanging on in there, collect some points. Hello to Andre Zell as well, he's in the chat. Nice to see you, mate. So any questions you've got, we can answer them. I don't think there's much question who's going to win this, but we said that about Nicholas at the start, and he made a mistake, we believe, at the end of Conrad Straight and straight off on the grass, judging by the tyre marks. Down Victor, well, 2 minutes 1.5, 2 minutes 1.9. It looked like Adam's a little bit closer this lap. We'll have to check the lap times as they come through. Adam, though, definitely being closed down by Liam, there's no doubt about that. And Liam, like I said, has sort of got the pace. He could have kept Nicholas in sight, although Nicholas did a 2 minutes 0. And Liam still cannot shake that penalty. We'll check the lap times as they come through now, and here is Nicholas. At start lap 8, and a new fastest lap, 1:59.9. 2 minutes 1.5 for Victor, so Victor just not in the same race at the moment. 2 minutes 1.7 for Adam, and 2 minutes 0.5 for Liam. So Liam's the only one that can really hold a candle to Nicholas, but he's just too far behind. He's only 7 seconds off though, to be fair, and he totally spun out in turn 1 on the first lap. 2 minutes 1.5 for Rob as well, so Rob getting quicker as this race goes on, and he needs to, because Alex Austin's keeping an eye on him. And here's Chris Brook, and he's gone wide at turn 1, and that's only going to entice Liam Flynn to drive faster and catch him. In fact, Liam's got such a good drive out of turn 1, he might get him now. He's in the background after he gets completely sideways again. I think that's just his way around turn 1. He's just dicing with the devil at Hell Corner. Good first sector from Liam Flynn, that's his best of the race. And he's put him right on the back of Chris Brook. Head for the tricky series, where Andre Zell asking about other series. We went through it at the start, but I can go through it again for you. So Mondays we got the Porsche Cup on a set of Corsa run by Sean. Tuesdays is normally a GR3 night, but that's just that series is just finished and won't start again for another week. We'll start a week Tuesday for season 9, and then I believe then it's Friday. There's a few other series in the pipeline, like endurance leagues as well, but that will be coming soon, especially ACC. We're just waiting for that to become a bit more usable. And Friday nights is the SBR package that you're part of, Andre, which is the MX5 Cup that you race in, British Touring Car Series, which is Tier 1, and Tier 2, which is the Renault Megane Trophy, hosted by Brian Ross. So that's it for the series at the moment, but there is plans for a Formula 1 series, so keep an eye out for that. And like I say, join SBR on Facebook, SBR Sim Racing, and you'll be kept up to date. And racing's very much what Liam's doing right now. He's lost a tenth of his penalty, but he's still got 1.3 seconds to lose. But he's now homing in on Adam and homing in on Victor, who he's probably looking to get hold of by the neck. And there's a big gap back to Rob now. Rob consistent, although that lap time wasn't his best. 2 minutes 2.6. Alex Austin 2 minute 1.6, so he's keeping himself in with a chance. Probably needs another mistake though, and that's Chris Brook getting rid of a penalty, and that's going to allow Liam Flynn down the inside into Hell Corner, and he's done it. Liam Flynn moves up into 7th place. Chris Brook will look to try and get that back off him. Yeah, I do host the British Touring Cars on the Friday night, and that's the longest running series on SBR. But Chris Brook now looking to redress that and get back down the inside after taking his penalty, and he'll take away 7th place. And great bit of racing between those two. Chris took his penalty, allowing Liam through, but Chris just taking that straight back again. Gap back to Dean in 9th. Ash is in 10th, so Ash has made a mistake, maybe got a bit too sideways somewhere, and that's allowed Dean back through, so it's probably a spin from Ash, unfortunately for him. Brian in no man's land really, and Hopper's at the back. But Nicholas again at 159.7. And very hot in here. A 159.7 though, that's just night and day. I mean, that's 2 seconds quicker than Victor, who's in 2nd place. Adam is edging up with his personal best lap of the race. He took 6 tenths out of Victor, but look at Liam coming after him now. He was 2 tenths quicker than Adam, despite Adam's fastest personal best. So we're going to have a race on here, I think, for 2nd in these dying laps. Yeah, Rob's not going to get anywhere, I don't think. Well, Alex could catch Rob, but I think that's pretty much all our battles, so let's go back to the lead. And this man to 159.9. Just absolutely walking away with it. Victor 2 minutes 1.2 now, he'd be happy with that lap time. It's quicker than Adam. Adam all over the grass. He starts to see Liam home in. Liam with a 2 minute 0.7. But again, he really needs to get up to Adam, maybe lose that penalty and then attack again. Yeah, thanks Jordan. I do enjoy running it, but has its challenges, as any admin will tell you. Trying to run a touring car series, and Ash will tell you how much of a challenge this series was, but I'm sure he's enjoyed the experience of running it. And if you want to sign up to season 2, then again, just check us out on Facebook and SBR Sim Racing, you can join. But Liam now all over the back of Adam, and surely it's just a matter of time before he can get through, either through him or over him, as he's just literally pushing him through these corners. Now down the dipper, and it's all follow the leader down here. It's very unusual that you overtake someone unless they make a mistake. Sideways there from Adam, which is just going to encourage Liam to try and send one down the inside here at the hairpin. No, but I think he'll wait for the straight. Maybe the Mustang is a little bit more powerful than the Mazda. The Mazda tends to be slightly easy to drive. And now this is Liam's chance in the slipstream. Flash the lights as well to say, I'm coming for you. Don't know if Adam's got... Oh, he's sort of moved late there, but Liam's made his move anyway. And he's got it done. And we can see there the Mustang just a little bit quick on the straight, but with the slipstream as well. He's got that done on Adam. But Adam's not taking it lying down. Adam dives down the inside, but he's gone grass tracking. It says mega on the side of his car, but that was less than mega move. And he should really let Liam back through, and he does. Great driving by Adam, he knew that. He went for the move anyway, but once it didn't come off, A, he got a penalty, and B, he knew he had to redress the balance and give that back to Liam. So Liam now through, and he's got 2 laps to chase after Victor and set the record straight after turn 1. We'll just quickly check back through the field, make sure there's nothing we're missing here. Rob still ahead of Alex Austin. Alex does seem to be no, he's not closing at all now. They're kind of matching each other, but Alex will be fairly happy with the comeback. Chris Brook in 7th, Liam Flynn in 8th. So Chris Brook just managed now to edge away from Liam. And it's Dean in 9th, who's his lap times have been improving as the race goes on, which I kind of expected. Ash in 10th, Brian Ross in 11th, and then a big gap of a minute back to Hoppers, who's going to get lapped by Victor. This man now just going through the motions. Big lead, 9 seconds. He made it hard for himself, but I'm sure he just enjoyed the fight, to be honest. And Jordan looking to get involved in the league, yep. And like I said, if you can go onto SBR Sim Racing on Facebook or Instagram, you can get involved in any of our leagues. And if you look at our videos, you'll see that we get pretty good views. Thanks for that to the people that do watch. We do appreciate it. Any support we get, that's what we're here for. But Liam's got past Victor, so Victor's obviously fallen under the spell. But Liam needs to pull a bit of a gap because he needs to get rid of this penalty. But Victor's not giving up. Victor knows this. He needs to beat Liam for the championship here. Down the inside, this is going to be so tight. Adam sat there thinking, I'm going to be second anytime soon. But it's clean, and Liam does retake the position. Adam now tries to get past Victor. Victor's covering him. A little bit weavy there from Victor, but it didn't cause any harm, I don't think. But it's a little bit reactive to Adam moving behind him, let's say. Down the inside goes Adam, but not really on. So now it's all down to Liam whether he can pull a gap big enough that he can take his penalty and keep second place. He'll probably do it at the last corner. And all this battling is holding them up, definitely. There's no doubt about the winner, but there's the podium places to be decided, and that's going to really help Liam put one hand on this championship. Well, we say that, but like I say, he has to get rid of that penalty, so if he doesn't get rid of that, and Victor will know, and he's just got to literally try and hang on to him. They're catching Hoppers. Oh, Victor, well, I've never seen anyone overtake there, and I still haven't, and there's a reason for that, because it doesn't work. Liam covers it, and now Victor's got a penalty, and he'll be kicking himself. All he had to do was follow Liam and just basically wait for Liam to take his penalty, and now he's got himself a penalty, but although it is slightly less than Liam, so Jesus, it's all going to come down to penalties literally at the last corner. Adam hasn't got one now, according to his the penalty device there. It says 0, so why it's still there, I don't know. But let's go back to the leader, who is a million miles away and a different area code to those three, and into the last couple corners. Let's just see what happens here. Make sure there's no late move from Victor, but Victor's sizing him up. He's got the slipstream. He'll pull out. He's going to have to do it the hard way around the outside, and there's a collision. There's side-by-side collision. Liam won't like that. Victor just a bit lively, and Adam's hit him up the back as well, and it's all over the place. The cars everywhere. but Nicholas is going to win, and he does win. Well done, Nicholas, but really we want to see this. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Victor. Victor's out, braked himself into the gravel. Adam goes past, and who's it? Adam, Liam's still not taking his penalty, and he's going to cross the line with it. And Adam gets second place, and probably rightly so. Liam takes his penalty on the line. I think he got rid of all of it just in time. Victor's fourth. Fifth is going to be Rob Scholler. Sixth for Alex Austin. He'll be slightly disappointed with that. And then Brooke. Chris Brooke coming through, but the winner is going to be Nicholas. Second, Adam. And that was crazy racing, but fantastic at the same time. And Victor is a bit of a nutter. And yeah, Victor coming home 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th for Liam Flynn. 9th for Dean. Had a bit of a fun race with Rob at the start. 10th is going to be our series admin Ash, and he seems pretty happy with that, sorry. Flash of lights from him. Brian will come across. Brian will come across in 11th, just making sure my mic works, still working there. And Hoppers is finished in 12th, a lap down, but he will score points for that. But what a race, and Liam didn't quite take his penalty in time, so I don't know if that will be looked at. But victory for Nicholas O'Grady, that's what his name says here, so I hope I got that right. And a classic helmet there of Kimmy's McLaren there. I'll give you 2 thumbs up for that one, mate. But I'll take a break while the stewards decide who's in trouble for that one. So yeah, what an incredible race. Let's just go through the results again quickly if we can. So Nicholas wins the race by a good margin, was kind of night and day quicker than most other people on the track. Liam's the only one that could really hold a candle to him. Adam second, Liam third, and obviously he had a few run-ins with Victor, who was fourth and threw it away in the last corner. Rob would be pretty pleased with fifth, despite the attentions of Dean. Alex Austin sixth. It's not much good for him, unfortunately, with his championship. Chris Brook in seventh. Liam Flynn did well for eighth. Dean eventually got round in ninth and was getting quick all the time. Ash in 10th. Then Brian and Hoppers. Hoppers, what's your first name? If you can hear me on the chat, it'd be easier, mate. I like calling people by their first name, to be honest. And fastest lap to Nicholas, 1:59.7, which was, well, as a race lap, that's pretty stunning. Not ideal. Dean posted in the chat there. As they continue their feud, which started in touring cars. That's how they first met. It's like a marriage that's gone wrong. Brian saying there that he doesn't like, in a different chat, he's saying that he doesn't like this track, and thanks for telling me your name. So Andy Hoppers. Sorry about getting your name wrong, my friend. Yeah, totally my fault. Don't know how I changed that to Hoopers, mate. I don't know why I said that. Sounds a bit more Australian though. It would suit the V8 supercars. But well driven from you. You got some points. So we're back in 10 minutes. So I will take a break because there's no point in me talking about nothing. So there'll be some cars going around. So I'll just show you that as we head into the night. So I hope these guys have been eating their carrots. Alex out there needs a miracle now to win this championship. The admin's going to sort the points out for us so I can give you an update on the championship as we go into the final round of the V8 Supercars here at Bathurst. So welcome back, and after that frenetic finish in the first race, what's going to happen in the dark? Who only heaven knows what's going to happen in this. But obviously high drama there at the last corner, and the actual race chat's full of what happened in the first corner and obviously at the last corner of the last lap. But, yeah, Victor taking a bit of heat for it. That's for stewards to decide. But it's from a spectacle point of view, it's quite brilliant to watch. Some of the argy-bargy wasn't, but it happens in racing, I'm afraid. But we'll get ready for this race. Like I say, it'll be a reverse grid, so Andy Poppers will be on pole with Brian Ross joining him on the front row. We've just got Ashley now sorting the points out, and we'll be able to give you up to date on that. And Liam, we believe, has got 231 points after his third place. And we've got Alex on 200, so still a chance for Alex if Liam has a complete nightmare. But, it's looking like a long shot now. But my thanks to Ash for giving me the points details, because that's definitely going to help the situation going into this last race. And yeah, Victor 198. So really, it's between those guys now for this championship. Yeah, just getting confirmation of that. Right, I see. So yeah, Liam 231, Alex 200, Luke, who's been replaced by Rob tonight. So that explains what's happening with this championship. So if you get a stand-in driver, he takes on your points and can score for you. So with Luke Clifford not being here, Rob Scholl's taken his place and got him up to 196. So Rob could win the championship with Luke. Sounds confusing, but there you go. So it's Victor's got 198 points, so he's technically still in the championship. So in this last round, with 50 points up for grabs, it's between Liam, Alex, Rob and Victor. And but Liam, one hand on the trophy, but he'll tell you still got to win it, still got to finish this race to get the points. As Callum Cripps, sorry mate to bring this up, but in the GR3 had a big championship lead, got disconnected in the first race, and Liam was able to pinch the championship in the second race. So yeah, anything's possible in SBR sim racing. It tends to go down to the wire, and as you saw in the first race, Liam getting spun round, that really could have cost him the championship. So that's your positions, and like I say, thanks to Ashley for giving that information. It's important that we tell people. Dean not happy with Rob, and I doubt Rob's very happy with Dean, but that's just the normal occurrence, unfortunately, which we tend to ignore. So we'll carry on with the racing. Liam wants me to talk some more about his GR3 championship, but well, justice for Callum Cripps is all I'm going to say about that one. We're very close to getting things underway here. Although Nicholas is smoking a cigarette right now. Not sure Milwaukee can sponsor him on that one. Although his car's out of the track now, so I guess he's done with that. So we must be getting pretty close to a start. Let's hope we can keep it a bit cleaner. I guess Nicholas is... well, he's making his own smoke now. But 10 viewers at the moment. Plenty of chat going on, which is good to see. Any questions, like I said, just put them in the chat, and I'll try to answer them as the race goes on. But the championship points are looking good, looking close, and that's what we want going into this last race.
off.
posted in the chat there, the top 2 in the championship, the points difference. And right, so Ashley has started the last race of season 1 in the V8 Supercars here at Bathurst. It's going to be this night race, so it's going to be interesting. Like I said, Andy Hoppers will be on pole, and he'll be joined by Brian, and it's going to be a rolling start, of course. Then we've got a couple Mustangs behind that of Ashley Sharp, Dean Milden, then Liam Flynn, Chris Brook, Alex Austin, Rob Scholler, Victor Stamanov, who else? Whilst these guys roll around. And then Liam McEwen starting 10th, Adam Piper starting 11th, and then Nicholas will start from the back. Can he get from the back to the win? Let's join it and see what happens. Right, now we've got the info up. We need that. That's good. 3, 2, 1, and the final race of season 1 V8 Supercars is a go, go, go. And he's going to lead us through the first corner. Brian will close straight up to him. Quite wide there from Andy's up on the curb, and that will give Brian a good run. Just see if there's any further battles. Dean on alongside Ashley there, just about, I think, flash of the lights there from Chris Brook. Can Brian take the lead there as they head up to the first corner? Or the second corner, sorry. After this long straight, and he's going to try and go around the outside, and I think he's done it. Great move by Brian. There's chaos behind. Dean at the heart of it again. Just a little bit of contact with Ash. Let's see if anyone else crashes. As they funnel through. Nicholas being cagey at the start. He's still in last place. That's Nicholas Cagey, not Nicholas Cage. And we've got absolute bedlam in the back here. Chris Brooks spun by the looks of it. I think Dean was round as well. Dean is round. So more hassle for Dean, and I think he's left. But Brian leads, and he's got a good lead. Andy is second. Ashley, oh, he's in the wall. Ashley's in the wall. Where's he gone? There he is. And they all come filing around, and there's a massive crash. Cars everywhere as they go through the dipper. And they're all trying to find space where there really isn't. You can't really overtake down here. We said that the first race. Whoa, there's problems there for Alex Austin. He's in the wall. Liam Flynn will take 9th place off him. So Chris Brooks, the one that's lost out big time, but Brian leads. Andy Hopper's doing well to hold on to 2nd place still. He's got Ash all over him. These boys need to have a bit more patience, and there's more contact down the straight. As Victor tries to get through. And here comes Liam as well. And there just isn't the space. And, well, Liam's given Ashley a bit of a nudge to keep him in front. And they're all picking a dance partner, and going down this straight. But it is Ash up to 2nd now. Liam's trying to go around the outside into 3rd. And Andy Hopper's just dropping back quickly now. There's even more chaos. There's just cars everywhere at the back. Rob's involved, by the looks of it. Nicholas isn't getting through as fast as he'd hoped. I'm just trying to see if there's any cars actually on the track. Brian escaping though up front, ahead of Ashley. Right, Liam's 3rd, Victor's 4th, Adam 5th. And then we've got Rob 6th, but he's under attack from Liam Flynn for that position. Then it's Alex Austin, who's got back ahead of Nicholas. And it's Andy Hoppers, who's just stormed to the back of the field, unfortunately for him. And then Chris Brook, who's looking to make up time after a strong start, but unfortunate for him. Getting caught up in the crashing. Heading up the hill for the first time. But as they head up the hill for the 2nd time now, everything seems to have just slightly calmed down now a little bit. I'm just trying to see where Nicholas is, because he's going to be coming through like a knife through butter, I would have thought. Yeah, Chris Brook past Andy Hoppers now, who's back to the back of the grid, but Brian doing a great job, although his lead's starting to come down. It was 4 seconds, so Ash is definitely closing it down, but he's about to get under serious attack from Liam. Liam's hit him up the back, and oh, Ash is off big time. That's a huge accident, but it looked like Liam was hit up the back, and that's what caused it. Ash gets going again in 9th place, and that's just, well, Ash might as well be sponsored by Target. Always seems to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, unfortunately, and that seemed to happen again, and I think maybe Victor was involved yet again. I'm not sure, I'm not going to say, but it looked like it. And Liam was hit up the back as he slowed down to avoid Ash, and, well, racing incident maybe. But here comes Victor, going past Adam down the straight, and that was pretty easy. And up into 2nd place. Adam's trying to retake the position straight away, but can't do it. And all this is allowing Brian Ross to lead this race. More dust being kicked up. The drivers run a little bit wide. Alex recovering pretty well. Brian sets fastest lap of the race, 2 minutes 5, but that will be beaten, I think. Yep, and it is. As Victor goes 3 seconds quicker than that, despite all the aggro at the top of the hill. Then it's Adam Piper in 3rd. Liam's down to 4th after all that collision with Ashley. Then 5th for Rob. 6th for Nicholas as he's starting to come through pretty quickly now. Alex has recovered to 7th now. And Brooks recovered to 8th. And Liam Flynn's been off at turn 1. He's down to 9th. And Hoppers and Ashley again looks like he's had a moment. Again, it looks like over the last corner or the first corner. Back up front though, Brian's lead has been halved. Victor's coming for him and he's bringing some friends. And what's a bit of an action replay from the first race. We've got Victor 2nd, Adam 3rd, Liam 4th. Liam will be trying to come through, but he won't be able to get through on this part of the track, I don't think, as they flash through in this darkness. There's Robin 5th, 6th for Nicholas, Alex in 7th place, it's followed by Chris Brook in 8th, Liam Flynn in 9th, and then Hoppers 10th. He'll have Ashley catching him pretty quickly in 11th, and a mistake there from Brian is really going to put the pack on him now. It's only 9 tenths, and you'd think Victor will get him by the end of this straight. Here comes Victor in the slightly quicker down the straight Mustang. The Irwin car is going to be surely overtaken by the Pepsi car pretty quickly. It just depends how quickly Adam Piper and Liam get through, and well, that's a lack of patience there from Victor as he tries to overtake on the fast kink off the track. Again, that might be something for the stewards to look at. Brian's let him go. Brian's holding down 2nd place, but here comes Adam. Sean's saying he needs his night vision goggles on for this. Yep, you could be right, but maybe you don't want to see what's going on. So Brian down to 4th place as we predicted. Liam down the inside takes 2nd place from Adam at the same time as Adam slightly held up there. Now can Adam re-pass Liam down the straight? Liam doing what I said, so I think with Dean it was in the first race, should do, just hold the middle ground on the straight, because it makes it quite impossible for someone to overtake. Victor leads now from Liam, Adam, then it's Brian, and then we've got Nicholas all over the back of Brian. He won't get it done there, backs out, and almost Alex Austin gets in there. I think, was it Alex Austin? No, it was Rob, and Nicholas has gone in too hot, and that's allowed Rob back through. Rob sideways in celebration, up into 5th for him. With no Dean in this race, he'll have a cleaner run. 6th for Nicholas. Still got Alex in 7th. He's well clear of Chris Brook and then Liam Flynn. Ash has passed Andy Hoppers like we thought he would, although he's gone sideways and wide again. Let's get back to the front though. And Liam's more than quick enough to keep up with Victor. We want to see what happens in this group as well, because Nicholas is going to be a lot quicker than these two. Then back to the lead though, it's going to be Victor trying to hold on against Liam. Doesn't really matter now for the championship, because it's really between Liam and Alex. But Alex is nowhere in this race, unfortunately, as Nicholas does come through. We'll cover that any second. And Liam and Victor, well, more collisions from them two, and peripheral vision seems to be a bit of an issue in this dark race. They don't seem to see where each other are, despite the full headlights on the front. Liam's now surely got this done at the last corner, and he does get it done. Goes late on the brakes just to make sure. Oh, Victor tries to get on the power, but too much, gets sideways, but he's still got an overlap as they head into the first corner, and Victor will go for this. He won't hold back. We've been here before in turn 1, race 1, and they're still side by side, more contact, and now Adam's on the scene, and he'll just give Liam a push up the hill, I would have thought, and does. Dust flying everywhere. Headlights burning through the night, and Liam does take the lead. Adam dives down the inside, takes 2nd place from Victor, but Liam goes wide and Adam might even take the lead. He'll do well to go around the outside, and he can't get that done, and pulls out the move, takes the second place, and now Victor's down to third. Right, so where's Nicholas? So he's up to fourth then. He's passed Rob and Brian, who's still having a good race in sixth, until I just completely cursed him. Sorry, Brian. And he's just completely lost it and gone down to seventh. That was all my fault. Nothing to do with your driving. Literally just threw a banana skin on the track in front of you. So that just gives Alex Austin sixth. So Alex, well, doing well, but not well enough. Liam's winning this race. So Adam really chucking that Mazda around, trying to keep up. As we head towards Conrod Straight again, Liam in the wall, feeling the pressure a little bit. Adam gets a good exit. More sparks thrown up from what looked like Nicholas as he gets a run onto the straight and tries to get Victor. Victor's been pretty aggressive in his defence, but in fact Victor's got an even better run on Adam, and the power of that Mustang as he goes flashing past, and he'll have it done before the kink. Adam knows it, gets back in the slipstream, so he come flying past the curb. And Victor back up into second place. Adam doing well to hang on to these Mustangs, to be fair, and Liam's getting a good break out of this. Oh, Adam's lost it big time. He's hit the tyre wall, just misses it. That was incredible. He very, very nearly had a massive accident there. Just about kept, we'll call it good car controls. Liam Flynn's left the room. I'm just going to say that's lag, I would have thought, because he was doing quite well. So we're down to 10 drivers. That's fine. There's only 6 laps to go in this season. Rob in 5th. And Alex in 6th, but the championship slipping away. So yeah, here comes Nicholas then, trying to take second place away from Victor, but he will do well to get around the outside of Victor, because Victor will just use all the track like he should, and he did, and that's going to allow Adam to try and go around the outside again. Can Adam pull it off? No. Again, he thinks better of it. Liam just going to be trying to race away while this is happening, but Liam's actually got a penalty of 0.5 again, so obviously ran off at turn 1 or something like that. Nicholas 59.9, fastest lap of the race. I know Liam can go quicker than what he's been doing so far. Kicks up the sparks again as they all flash through past the camera point. Rob in the wall as well in 5th. 6th for Alex, catching though. And the other battles, Ashley down in 9th. Well clear of Andy, who's in 10th. The last runner, but we'll get solid points for that. So Liam still leads this race. Victor still probably his best friend at the minute, holding these guys up. Victor, we know, is not short on pace himself. So just got time to tell you that you can sign up for season 2, which will be in a couple of weeks' time. Actually wants to look into things and see how he can make it better. Well, here comes Nicholas, and he's just about got alongside Victor. Victor just about gives him enough room, the width of a Mustang to deal with, and well, Liam kicking up the dust. Victor covers the inside into the last corner, and a bit of contact was that between Nicholas and Adam, but they survive. More dust kicked up from Victor, and they go into turn 1 again. Just checking my mic's still working, because it keeps turning itself off for reasons I don't know, because I'm not technology minded, but I've definitely got enough battery. But yeah, this is going to turn to a last lap Royal Rumble, I think. Victor determined to hold on to second place, just covering the line everywhere. Nicholas trying to go around the outside, but he won't get that done, and he's gone wide again, and well, Adam would be interested, but he can't get the move done. There's Rob in 5th, and looks like Alex is sort of closing in a little bit. Brian's got the attentions of Chris Brook though, so Brian unfortunately not able to stay on the pace of the front guys, but 7th place would be good for him. He'd be happy with that. And they're well clear of Ash. And then Andy at the back. Still a 0.4 penalty for Liam, but now he's really starting to get away as these guys get into it. Again, any questions you guys have got, just send them in and we can answer them for you. If you're enjoying the racing, just give us a thumbs up and a like and subscribe to the channel. And there's plenty more where this came from. And a dive there from Nicholas, but it wasn't really on, and Victor managed to cover it. And again down on Conrod Straight, this is where it tends to get a bit messy. Victor's going to hold this line, and Nicholas is going to have to go round the outside, which is the inside for this kink, the outside for the braking zone. I think he might have got it done this time though. Victor's not going to give up, and will he send it anyway? He thinks about it, but it's a good move from Nicholas, and he gets it down and stopped. Hits the apex, and can he close down Liam? He's got 2.6 seconds to find. Adam will now be interested in trying to get past Victor. Victor's hit the back of Nicholas though, and he really needs to wait for him, but he hasn't, so Victor could find himself in trouble for that. He definitely rammed at the back of Nicholas and sent him straight on, and well, Nicholas really does need to think about slowing down and letting, sorry, Victor needs to slow down and let Nicholas back past, because that was over aggressive. Unfortunately, he just headbutted Nicholas into the next county, and now Nicholas needs to hold on from Rob, who's catching right up. I don't know if Victor who's watching the stream, but that was definitely a bit aggressive. What's known as a headbutt. Just literally pushed him at the back, sent him straight on. But none of this is affecting Liam, and that's probably going to give him this race, I would think, if he doesn't make mistakes, because Nicholas is probably the only one that can catch him. A few laps to go. 3.5 seconds is a good lead over Victor, who's under pressure from Adam, so he can't really drive his lines, and he's wide there. Adam's going to try and get down the inside, can't do it, and this is really where Adam wants to make the move, because the Mazda a little bit slow on the straight compared to that Mustang, but a nicer car to drive overall. It's a little bit less slidey, a bit more predictable. It's got good power, but not the same power as a Mustang. And here comes Nicholas again. He's just like, it's like Rocky in the movie. Just doesn't give up, gets back up for more. Just looking back to see if there's any more battles. There isn't really. It's all about second, third and fourth. Victor's again a little bit late with his movement. Through the kink and down into the braking zone. Adam's not able to get alongside. Again, just lacking a few horses under the bonnet. Got a good run out of there though, and down into the last corner. Can he get that done? Tries to go around the outside, which is going to pinch Victor to the inside. Victor brakes quite late. Adam will look for a switchback. Did he get the power down? No, the back end stepped out. I thought it did, and Nicholas is now within range again. Adam tries down the inside again at Hell Corner, can't get it done, and now we look for another good drive out of here down the straight. 13 people watching this, thank you very much for joining this action-packed last few races of the V8 Supercars series from SBR. This is the last race of the season. There is 4 laps to go, and this is the battle for second place, involving Victor, Adam in third place, and then we've got Nicholas catching back up, and Nicholas now all over the back end of Adam, so Adam needs to have his eyes in the front and the rear, so well, he's going to have to pull off the impossible eyesight trick to see both guys at the same time, and he's in the wall. He's feeling the pressure from Nicholas. Nicholas surely now around the outside, and he's done it, and he'll be well pleased with that, because now he can get on terms with Victor and try and get a run on him down Conrod Straight. And we know how fast Nicholas is across the top of this mountain, although he's just clipped the wall there. There's no real trouble for him. And down this hill, he's got to be so careful not to snag a brake or hit the wall. And Nicholas, you can see how fast he is, and he's literally on the back of Victor, and I think he could try and pull a move down Conrod Straight again, but Liam's gone. Liam's about 5 seconds up the road from Victor. Well, you can see in the background Rob and Alex Austin aren't that far back now. You can see them, you see their lights in the background, and that's just because of how hard these guys have been battling. As Nicholas now tries to go around the outside of the kink, which will get him the inside. Victor knows that, it's too late. Nicholas very late on the brakes, can he get it stopped? We know that he's gone straight on here a couple of times before. Bit of dust kicked up from Liam in front, but Liam's still going. And well, Nicholas back up to second place, and now he'll hope that Victor can find his braking point this time, and he does. But Nicholas, I don't think he's going to catch Liam in time. He should be able to pull away from these two. Adam though trying everything he can, despite the lack of horsepower, to try and get past Victor. Flash of the lights from Adam, that's his favourite trick, to try and put people off. I've had that myself. Let's just see if he can get it done, but he just seems to lack the horsepower. Look, he can get within range, but he just can't get alongside. Nicholas now off, trying to go after Liam. I really don't think he's going to catch Liam, unless there's a mistake. You can see Rob and Alex didn't quite get there. So 3 laps to go, including the one they're on. Across the mountain again we go, up to the highest point now, and then we just start flying down slowly, and then we have the big drop off towards the end. More sparks as they hit the wall. Just flicking the wall, kicking up the sparks. Brilliant sight in this night race. Here's Rob in 5th. There's Alex, who's slowly catching Rob, but Rob's doing his personal best as well to try and fend him off. And Chris Brook in 7th. Brian Ross in 8th. We'll be fairly pleased with that. And Ashley quite a way back in 9th. And Brian Hopper's down in 10th, but doing a better job than race 1. The lead has come down quite dramatically, actually. It's 4.2, so, well, Liam's either paced himself, like he does tend to tell people when he's got a big lead that he does pace himself. He wants to be careful with Nicholas, though, because Nicholas has got some serious pace, but when he crosses the line, there'll be 2 laps to go. And there's a crash in the background, and it's Victor off into the wall. Victor's hit the tyre wall, and Adam was there as well, so you kind of got to guess they got together. And Victor's finally come off worse than a bit of contact, and down to 6th place. We didn't see whose fault it was, but obviously they both lost time. But Victor in the wall there, the wall that Adam just about missed earlier in the race. So let's just go through the order then. Liam leads, but it's a diminishing lead of 4 seconds now. Nicholas won't give up, and they're doing a 59.9. There's still an outside chance he can get there, but he needs to pull 2 seconds a lap. So in 3rd now is Rob. So Rob up to 3rd place, incredible. And 4th for Adam. Adam looking to get back past Rob after that contact with Victor, but yeah, well, I think there could be stewards involved in some of this, to be honest with you. There's quite a lot of rough driving, but some of the action's incredible, some of the racing's brilliant, and we just don't want any of the contact to ruin it. But sometimes these things happen. 6th is Victor now. He's going to have to try and come back through here. But let's see the gap at the front to see if Victor's got any chance. Sorry, not Victor, Nick's got any chance. He needs to pull back another 1.5 seconds really in the last couple of sectors to give himself a chance going on to the last lap, and I just don't see him doing it. And we know Liam's got a penalty, but it's only 0.2, and that's not really going to cost him much time. It'll cost him more than 0.2 because he's got to slow down to take it. It'll be a net probably 0.75 seconds time he slows down and takes the penalty and gets back on the throttle. But well, Liam really deserves it, to be honest, because he's not made mistakes like the others have. Meanwhile, the battle for third's intensifying as Adam goes up the inside of Rob. Nice clean move. Rob gives him the room, and that's what you want to see. That's how racing should be. 5th place for Alex. 6th is Victor, who just looks like he's going to settle for that now. And then the rest come through. Liam onto his last lap, an advantage of 3.3 seconds, so maybe he is just pacing himself, although he's only 3 tenths off his best lap. And Nicholas not able to keep it in the 59s, which is probably what he needed to do to keep up, to try and catch Liam, but past his first sector though. And here's the battle for third, it's not over. Rob with the Mustang power could try and go around the outside, but I think the Mazda will be late on the brakes. Let's see. Director has it, but if Rob pulls that off, that's going to be the move of the race, and he's done it. Or has he? It's not over yet. Rob's done it round the outside of Adam. Well, I think we'll have to call that the move of the race, although he's hit the wall. And Chris Clements just clocking in to say hello. Hello, Chris. Hope the baby's alright. And Alex as well, he's passed Adam as well, whilst I was saying hello to Chris in all that commotion. So halfway through this last lap, the battle for the last podium place is anyone's, and Alex, well, he's going to lose a championship. If we can finish with a podium, he might take that as some kind of compensation, really. But he's hit the wall there, sideways again, and that's going to put Adam all over. Adam's trying to go around the outside, which will be the outside for the bottom corner, and will Alex send it down the inside? He can't. And, well, a mistake there from Alex has cost him. And that might give Rob a podium, which has looked unlikely. But Liam has controlled the race. He's made the least mistakes in the Scandia Mustang. It looks like he's going to win. Nicholas, great pace, but a few too many mistakes. And that's going to cost him the win in this race, really. Rob third, by the looks of it. Here's the battle for fourth. We'll go back to Liam anytime soon. But it looks like Alex just about going to hold off Adam as they go through the last corner. Liam wins the race and the championship. Nicholas second in the Milwaukee car. Third is going to be Rob in the Botolo car as we look back. Yeah, Rob gets third. Fourth is going to be Alex Austin, or is it? Because he's got a penalty to take, which he didn't, so that's going to cost him a lot of time. And it drops him down to sixth, so he was better off just to take that on the line. So that drops him down to sixth, so let's go through that again. Liam first and the championship. Well done to Liam. Pains me to say it, but I'll say it. Well done, Liam. Second, Nicholas. Third for Rob. Great result for Rob. Adam fourth. Victor fifth. Alex with the penalty goes down to sixth. Seventh comes across the line. It's Chris Brooks. Eighth is going to be Brian Ross in the Irwin car. Good drive from Brian. We've got a long wait for Ash and an even longer wait for Andy Hoopers. But some great driving in the well, from second down to fifth, really. But there's your champion in this SBR V8 Supercar Series. The inaugural champion is Liam McEwen to go with his GR3 championship that he got on Tuesday. Nicholas gave us some great entertainment and some great driving. He was definitely on the edge, and that gave him second place. Third, Rob. Wouldn't have expected that, I don't think, coming in as a late replacement. So he'll be well pleased with that. Adam was good fun to watch in the Mazda, fighting against the odds. Fifth, Alex sixth, unlucky for him, should have just taken his penalty, to be fair. Let's just see Ashley across the line in ninth. Well done, Ash. And Andy Hoppers will come home 10th, or will he? No, he won't. He'll park it in the barrier. And that's the end of that race. But victory and the championship go to Liam. Okay, that's 9 positions in that race, so deserving of the championship. Well done to everyone. And just so you can check the results again, fastest lap for Nicholas. So yeah, some great racing. Our next live stream, well, that will be, I think it's going to be Friday now, so which you get the SBR package, which is 3 races in one night. And that's going to be the British Touring Car Series run by myself, the Renault Megane Trophy run by Brian Ross, and the MX5 Cup, the new series that really looked good fun actually, and that's run by Coleman Corkery. So again, drop us a line on Facebook, SBR Sim Racing, and we'll get you involved if you're interested. But that's it from me. Your champions, Liam, and well, it's Lewis and Liam apparently, because they shared the car, so that makes sense now. So Lewis Edwards, Liam McEwen, double champions. Must have been sharing the car, sat next to each other. And yep, we'll see you on Friday for the SBR package. Hope you enjoyed tonight's action.